Oh yeah.
This is everything else. Yeah. This is everything else. Yeah.
Welcome! Oh, you got that? I'm like, dodging these bullets. Dodge all the bullets. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Everything Else. I am Marcus, the grand finale, man of dignity and grace. And I am joined by not one, not two, but three faces of Jabal. How you doing today, sir?
I am tired. I am tired of people who think that Sheamus and Minoru Suzuki is gonna go 1-on-1 in the freaking Japanese. No, it's not happening. It says it. Says it right there. It's not.
The only way that's happening, I believe that's happening when I see John Cena wrestle Tanahashi. I'll believe it. I believe that these matches, these three matches are put together. When I see John Cena versus Tanahashi, God damn it, I've been deprived of Undertaker Sting. We should not be deprived of Tanahashi versus John Cena. It's only right. It's only fair. Triple H, make it happen.
Would you rather John Cena Tanahashi or John Cena Okada?
Well, it would be Tanahashi. It would be Tanahashi. It's not Okada. I would rather see Okada versus maybe a Randy Orton or something. Because they're that's their rivals. I feel like, I don't know, tag match it. We can build it for a year. We can do random tag matches.
So John Cena and Randy Orton versus Tanahashi and Okada.
Yes.
Would you do it at Wrestle Kingdom or are you doing it at WrestleMania?
I would do the tag match at Wrestle Kingdom and the singles matches at WrestleMania. Double dip that shit.
That's a 4-month build right there. You
4 months. We already got it.
Match. You did this in the tag match, you son of a bitch. Now I'm gonna take you on in the singles match at Mania. Come to my fucking backyard. Yeah.
If we're doing cross promotions, I want Sheamus and Rollins in the G1. Going like, where we going? Hell, maybe even get Rollins versus Jay White, because I feel like that's they're the equivalent right now in the same level. Just
are they
a million different dream matches.
Are they though? My guy Switchblade is the IWGP heavyweight champion of the world. He is the catalyst of pro wrestling, the last rock and roller.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this. You had to pick one, and you had to, for your show. This is the person that's headlining your show. This is the only marquee name you can get. It's either Jay White or Seth Rollins. Who you have being your marquee name?
As they are right now.
As they are right now. As they are who they are. The Messiah, whatever he's called himself, and the catalyst of pro wrestling, Jay White.
Then I would have to say the catalyst of pro wrestling, because and here's the reason. Okay, like, people are gonna hate what I say about this, but but Seth Rollins is not the champion. He's not the person of his company. Jay White, unfortunately, right now is the heel of New Japan. He is the guy. He's holding the belt. It's not Jay White that you want. It's the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. That is the draw.
We should have a segment in which it's on this show. This should be a weekly segment. Dream matches, when we talk about who we picking, we got overseas. Like, this is a conversation that should happen every time. I know we're supposed to be talking about Muta and Shinsuke. We'll talk about Shinsuke in a minute, but I gotta take Seth. I'm going for the money. Jay White, cool and all, Bullet Club, all that merchandise. But he's like the third phase of Bullet Club. Seth Rollins is out there by himself. People singing this song. He can go out and do banger matches whenever. Promo wise, I think they're about equal. I would give them both,
Yeah, I
Match
would
wise,
say that.
match wise might be equal, but it comes down to who can probably draw me the most money at this point. And I got Seth drawing more money right now.
So with the match wise, I gotta give Seth Rollins the edge. No pun intended. No pun intended on there. I gotta give Seth Rollins the edge because he's wrestled more high caliber wrestlers for longer than Jay White has. And that's not a attribution to what Jay White has done, because he's accomplished more in a shorter time. But around the same time, like Seth and Jay, like if we look at their careers respectively, like coming up, starting out, and then building, growing up, it's almost similar, almost.
Yeah. And Seth got more years in it. He got the Tyler Black years of Ring of Honor to the early Seth Rollins, the Shield years to where we are right now. It's just more years and experience.
Yeah, and the same thing with Jay White. Like with him being a young lion on excursion, actually young lion from New Japan on excursion to Ring of Honor.
Why does that sound like something from Game of Thrones? He's a young lion on excursion. He traveled to New Japan.
The Seek and Destroy faction with him, Gresham, and the Motor City Machine Guns. So, people forget that they were even a thing. Building himself up, stopping the fucking young lion shit, becoming the fucking joining Chaos initially, dubbed the Bullet Club first, joined, and then and Bullet Club as well, setting in Madison Square Garden. People are gonna say Okada did, but no. Seeing Jay White walk down, I was there at the Garden that day. Seeing Jay White walk down with the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, the real one, the good looking one, not that fucking corroded belt that he got right now, but
the neck tattoo.
Yeah, that is it right there. That's the one. And I've seen Seth Rollins walk out with the Universal Championship at fucking Barclays.
Oh no! I think we've lost Jamal. It was breaking up for a bit. Oh no! Oh no! Disaster! Catastrophe! All right, so I'm gonna do both shows like this. So, Great Muta versus Shinsuke Nakamura going down next year. WWE has opened their forbidden door, and they are working with Noah, I guess, or just doing a favor for Muta to do a final match. I think this is tremendous, and I'm shocked. I didn't think it ever happened. How do you feel, Jamal? Oh man, I think this is an amazing occurrence. That's like he actually had him back. How you doing? We dropped. Oh shit, he's still frozen.
I'm back. Frozen. I don't know what happened.
All right.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. The internet was kind of going in and out while you were talking, and I couldn't tell you because it was freezing. So I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh no, what's going on? And then eventually you just cut out. But Rollins versus Jay White, it'd been nice. But basically, long story short, you were saying Jay White was walking in Madison Square Garden. He had the real IWGP title at the time, and didn't get bigger than that, going down into the Garden to WWE's territory, within the Garden, carrying one of the most prestigious, if not the longest lineage title in the business. Now it's ruined because it looks like Cody's belt, but it is it was an impressive feat, and both of them have their pluses. I think this might be a weekly thing when we do dream matchups randomly, and it's just like, how do they match up? Tell us the tape.
We should do that. Absolutely, yeah. I agree.
All right, but speaking of actual dream matches, Muta and Nakamura, what are your thoughts? We got sidetracked.
So, yeah, man, Great Muta versus Nakamura is going to be fantastic. I mean, Great Muta is one of Nakamura's biggest rivals, if we look back at it.
Explain their history. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
bro.
explain their history for those laymen out there who don't know. Just basically the upbringing of Nakamura, the rise of Muta, the how we ended up here, and why is Triple H, who I'm sure knows their history at this point, wants to
So
send them
the
out.
so the basis of Nakamura and Muta is essentially goes back to the beginning of chaos. So like Nakamura was a young lion way back when Muta was doing the damn thing, and we talking about like NWO Muta. We talking about like New World Order Muta with Bruno and like you know what I'm saying, and
I like to
Tenzon.
think when Muta was in the NWO, I was like, I
So,
feel
like
like this
people
is
forget.
getting out of control.
People,
That's what.
but see, here's the thing though, right? The NWO originated in Japan. People are not going to tell you this, but the NWO was the group that originated in Japan to take over Japan. Once the crossover happened, they took the concept of the NWO and they brought it to WCW at the time. So it was already a successful group in Japan since like 93, 94. 96, we didn't see the NWO and WCW until like 96.
Yeah.
Bash at the beach. Who's the
dope.
third man? Like, you know what I'm saying? So they've been had it.
Yeah, but they didn't have Hogan jumping on somebody.
But yeah, like so basically exactly. So Nakamura is a young lion at this point. His MMA career and stuff like that. As you know, Great Muta also did have an established MMA career. So that's when they really was like, you know, going against each other. They might have some footage of their fight, but I'm not too sure if that footage is still available. It's gonna be somewhere.
I'm sure it
Nakamura
is. I'm
lost
sure it's
that
on
fight.
YouTube. Someone's uploaded.
Nakamura lost that fight, and then fucking you know, he used that as fuel to become the Nakamura that we all know and love today, which then he made Chaos coming from the Great Bash Heels, which was Taka Honma and freaking Maccabee, and then he basically took the Great Bash Heels, made them turn on each other, which caused chaos to happen.
No.
Okay.
Dang, it's this internet.
I'm still alive.
No, you keep freezing. You're here, but then you keep freezing. Like it was like it creates chaos.
I'm still alive.
It's still alive. We're fighting through it. We're gonna fight through the storm. But here we are in this match. And Muta's, it's not like Muta has not been wrestling. I honestly don't remember a time when he stopped, to be honest. I feel like he's been back since like 2010 when I was seeing him or wrestling back in 2010 when he was wrestling with Impact. And it's just still going on. Like he'll show up there. He had his new promotion. I forgot what it was called. But Muta has not stopped at all. As we
It was like all Japan. It was like all Japan pro wrestling. And then it turned into Pro Wrestling Noah, to what we know as Pro Wrestling Noah nowadays.
Yeah, but so next year they're gonna do this match. I believe it's 100% gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a really good match, and hopefully it's just the beginning of this gap between WWE and some of these other promotions where they will let out. Now I don't think this is gonna be like an everyday like. Oh, now you're going to see Shinsuke Nakamura show up in the NWA and House of Glory, or this person's going to do Impact. No, I think it's only for special occurrences. I think they're going to do stuff like this.
It definitely sets a precedence for this new regime of WWE to have things like this happen. For example, there's a lot of former TNA guys over there that's not in the Hall of Fame yet over in Impact Wrestling. So if they was to decide, hey, could we bring Bobby Roode here to get inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame? Fuck yes, let me go do that. It sets that precedent. Like, you know, he can go ahead and do that. AJ Styles is already there. Sting's already there. Dudley Boy's already there. You know, Kurt Angle's already there. It just sets a different type of precedent. can Daniel Bryan, even though he's in AEW as Bryan Danielson, come through to get inducted into the Hall of Fame, or just make that appearance for that WrestleMania weekend? AEW superstar, like, you know, the thing with the Acclaimed having Billy Gunn not show up, but like, you know, they still kind of acknowledged it in a way.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just sets that precedent. If they successfully do this with Japan, then they can do it with everybody else.
Yeah, I have them not ever doing this with AEW, considering that all Billy Gunn, according to the reports, you know, I don't have all the facts here, but they say WWE claimed, or what's his name, Road Dogg claimed that WWE did whatever they can. On the sources side, they say all they wanted was the WWE to acknowledge them and put AEW wrestler Billy Gunn or something, or member
That's all
of the
they had to
Acclaim.
do.
And
That's
then
literally
that's what
all
they
they
said.
had to do.
And for WWE saying, nah, we ain't doing that, proves to me that they have no intention of doing business with AEW anytime soon. Now, these other promotions, Impact, Noah, New Japan, whoever, I'm sure they'll be open to work with, but when it comes down to America, this is CMLL, or this is Mexico CMLL versus AAA. We don't fucks with them. That's kind of what Triple H is at right now.
But I mean, even like Angel Garza's senior had passed away. His father had passed away. They did like a little tribute over on a live show that's putting, and it was in Mexico. It just happened to be in Mexico. So, you know, that's a small partnership. They did the legacy of, you know, Angel Garza's father and everything of that. So it, you know,
open but with anybody but AEW. That's what I'm seeing to get, because even Rey Mysterio did that video for Triple Mania this past one a few weeks ago, and it was like, oh, there he goes with that. And was it Impact Wrestling?
I mean, Impact Wrestling had the women's champion in the Royal Rumble match. Like,
yeah,
come on, like, that sets up. I mean, it was small, but it was such a big deal. And if they continue doing stuff like this in pro wrestling, especially if WWE allows this to continue happening, I mean, they have the never open weight champion on their fucking bro. Like, get the fuck
He's
out
still
of here.
to be stripped. Still to be stripped.
He's not getting stripped. He's not getting stripped. They got Yujiro Takahashi against Hikuleu that night.
Isn't it for the belt?
It's not for the belt. They just he was like, you worried about Carl Anderson, you need to worry about people over here. The Tokyo Pimp will take care of you. So yeah.
I think that again, they're going to do business with people where they see it's beneficial for them. I think this is a good morale booster in the back to just to set a precedent what Vince McMahon going to do. And Manny brought it up in the chat. The reason this is probably happening is so Triple H can put Muta in the Hall of Fame. Imagine them doing that, announcing Muta in the WWE Hall of Fame, which, you know, he doesn't have the greatest WWE history, but WWE owns all of wrestling in their mind. And this means that they're going to show a lot of his WCW stuff and all that. So I can also see that being the business arrangements. Like, oh, we're going to add Muta. He enters the Hall of Fame. Okay, under one condition, you let him wrestle Shinsuke Nakamura. Cool.
Well, here's the thing about that. Like, you know, we've had plethora of fucking people from New Japan Pro Wrestling who is in the WWE Hall of Fame that didn't need to fucking do any of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. RIP Antonio Inoki is one of them. Tatsumi Fujinami is another. Jushin Thunder Liger is another. And they were wrestling for those companies anyway. So it's like, you know, that point is not moot, but it's like, you know, then whether they do it for them and not for a guy like Muta. And Muta is literally their peers. He's one of the fucking four musketeers of, you know, Japanese wrestling.
Yeah.
3 musketeers of Japanese wrestling.
Yes, Manny, it did. But it made sense when I entered it in, all right? You're the only one in the chat anyway. So I knew I had time. It's not like I went back an hour and a half. But again, I'm excited for more things like this, for tribute matches, special appearances, and stuff like that. Like, do I expect to see crazy cross promotions like we said, Jay White versus Seth Rollins at Wrestle Kingdom 29 or some shit, or 42? I don't know what number we're on, but whatever.
We're on 17 right now.
Yeah, I don't expect to see stuff like that or like the relationship that New Japan has with AEW. I don't expect WWE to be doing that. I think they're going to do the things that say this is what they say best for business, and this is what business is booming right now. So, with that being said, it's now time to cover the controversial list of the PWI top 150 women wrestlers. I want to, first of all, on the record and say this list is wrong, it is bullshit, and I do not support the views of the PWI. However, it is a good topical discussion. First, let's go over the top 10 before we go into the deep dive of who should be in there, who should not be in there, and what do we got?
So the top 10 list is as follows. Suri from Stardom. Bianca Belair, number 2. Okay. Thunder Rosa at number 3. Becky Lynch at number 4. Jade Cargill at number 5. Jordan Grace at number 6. Saya Kitimani at number 7. Charlotte Flair at number 8. Starlight Kid at number 9. And Taya Valkyrie at number 10. And that's just the top 10, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's go over this already right now. I want to jump off the jump. I'm ready. I was like, I'm gonna let the man finish. I'm gonna let him finish. But ain't nobody should be putting Thunder Rosa at 3. Get out of here with this one. This is the most, to me, this is the one where I go, this list is corrupt.
You gotta put your foot down on this one.
My foot goes down right away. That she's had a better year than all the other people just in the top 10 alone. No, I would boot her out of the top 10. Like she's done nothing of significance that the other people haven't did already on this list. That's what my argument is.
When the AEW Women's Championship.
Yeah.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just playing. She's not the interim. She's not the interim. She is the AEW Women's Champion.
And she's allegedly hurt, but no one in the locker room believes her. She just didn't want to drop the belt after having it for about a month or so. So I'm just gonna say that I am not the biggest Britt Baker fan. Like right after, I think that she's good. She's good at a good promo matches, whatever. She can get through. That you can go through it. But for her to not even be in the top 10 and Thunder Rosa in there, even though she's beating the brakes off Thunder Rosa most of the year, and I don't think Britt Baker should be in the top 10 either. But damn, something's wrong with your list right there.
The good doctor Britt Baker, DMD, is on the list at number 13 where she belongs.
That's fine.
Where she belongs. I agree with you. But I agree with you that Thunder Rosa is way too high on this list for, she shouldn't be number 3. This is the same thing with Hangman and CM Punk on the men's list. Being it's the same equivalent. And then the other person that is in question as well would be Jade Cargill, and I can see why people are disrespecting it. Don't jack it, they're not liking it, but you gotta face the facts. She's on national television, she's the TBS champion, she has not been pinned, has not been submitted, has not been beaten. She's the rookie of the year.
Had high profile matches with Shaquille O'Neal. I have no problem with Jade Cargill being on this list in the top 5. However, she has not defeated anybody in that top 10. In one minute. I think she beat Thunder Rosa, to be honest. I think that was one of her 50.
Yo, you know what's funny? I think one of her victories is against Thunder Rosa. Not the champion Thunder Rosa, but Thunder Rosa nonetheless. Yeah. She's beating her.
Yeah, so when people argue like, oh, Jade Cargill shouldn't have been in the top 10, I have no problem. I feel like she has national appeal. She's on national TV. She's held that TBS title from its inception.
She is the TBS title at
has
this point.
Beaten Thunder Rosa, the champion, before she was champion, and You know, I think she even got this. I think she may even got a victory over Taya Valkyrie. I feel like that happened. I don't know why. I feel like it happened.
I'm gonna have to do some research on that, but
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true, to be honest. I
I
don't even
mean,
see a Taya Valkyrie in
she
AEW.
has
I'm gonna
gotten
be honest.
victories over the likes of Willow Nightingale, Trisha Dorva, Maria Shafir, like, Tate Mello. She's faced some people like women's division. She's beaten Hikaru Shida. She's beaten Jamie Hayter. She beat the brakes off of these people. Like, you know what I'm saying? She beat Athena.
Manny's thing about Thunder Road. If you hide it until he don't say to be in the top 20, that's what Jamie Hayter had her. She had her. And then Jay should be in the top 20, even if she's just beating bums. It's true. But also in that same argument, would you put Hook in the top 10? Because he's beating bums. He's beating all these bums. And still, I believe still undefeated, right? Still undefeated for Hook.
I haven't watched Rampage lately, so
I don't even know if he's been on there. It's Rampage feel like it's just the Ring of Honor show. It's just a bunch of Ring of Honor matches and stuff like that.
They should just call it Ring of Honor Rampage and then call it a day.
Yeah.
Make it the
I don't
Ring of Honor
understand.
show.
Just make it
then
the Ring
I'll
of Honor
watch
show.
it.
Yeah. Just tell me it's a different show. Don't tell me Rampage is Sunday Night Heat in the downward spiral. Not even in Prime Sunday Night Heat.
It's Velocity.
Yeah, but you're slowly blending to Velocity or Metal.
Yeah.
At this point, Rampage is Saturday morning
Saturday night.
Saturday morning slam. That's where they're at. All right. So moving on to through the list. Do you have any other issues with the top 10? You can argue Charlotte can probably fall out of the top 10 considering she's took half the year off, if not more than that, to just get that Andrade honeymoon. Still recovering from the way Andrade hits, because apparently Andrade hits really too hard, and Sasha and Charlotte is recovering.
Charlotte should be where Tasha Steelz is, and Tasha Steelz is at number 11. So if anything, Charlotte drops down to 11 and then puts Tasha Steelz at that number 10 spot, putting everybody else one up afterwards. That's what I would do.
I'm okay with that.
Because Tasha Steelz has had a hell of a year. X Division, winning the X Division match, beating Mickie James for the championship, like the Impact Championship. She's won the Impact Tag Team titles with Kiera Hogan. Fire and Flavor. They did the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate, but that's just the way that the cookie crumbles at this point. Nothing against Charlotte Flair. It's just that she disappeared from the screen, and the worst thing for a pro wrestler is not being on television, basically.
Okay, so in my top 20, well, they go through their top 20, next. They
fucked that up too.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to go over all 150. There are people at the bottom of the list who we could probably bring up, but in the top 20, Mickie James won this year, but she won before. I mean, not Mickie James. Liv Morgan won this year, but it was before she was. They probably constructed this list. She wasn't champion that long. I'm bumping her out to top 20, making sure. Hell, if it was personal, she's not even in my top 50 women wrestlers, probably.
Yeah, she's definitely after 100, in my opinion, after the 100 spot. But that's just me. Allegedly, Ronda Rousey does not deserve to be in the top 25, not the top 50, maybe the top 75, maybe the 100th person.
Ronda hasn't won anything until recently, and she's lost those other matches to other people, and
she lost to Liv
her
Morgan
promos have been so whack
twice.
She lost to Liv Morgan
twice.
It's ridiculous. This list is ridiculous. The more you go through it, I'm okay where Masha Slamovich finished. Mickie James in the top 15. I may push her out of there. She's on her last rodeo. If you're on your last rodeo, that means you're on your way out the door. This is like Tim Duncan in his final year trying to talk about he a top 20 player. Get out of here.
Squasha Banks should be lower on this list at 50 just because of who she is.
Now,
She shouldn't be anywhere on this top tier of this list. She's disappeared since the tag titles. God.
I think if you relinquish your titles out of dispute with management, I think you should just fall off the list.
Just fall off. Like, Mei Iwatani is on this list right behind Squasha Banks, and it doesn't make sense to me. She should be 25 or 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, anywhere on there. That's where she should be. They got Mako at 22. Satomura, they got her at 22.
You know what? That's not mine. I have no problem with that. Mandy Rose, my girl.
Mandy Rose,
I think Mandy should have been top 20. She should have been top 20. Don't care where she's at.
The
should
disrespect.
Be top 20. They need to put respect on her name. 1 year as champion. And not all her matches are 5-star classics, if not 2-star classics. I'm just saying, put respect. If we're doing title reigns, importance, national TV champion, NXT, whatever you think about NXT 2.0, I know it's a minor league or whatever development, but held that title for the whole year. I'm just saying, put some respect. Mandy should be in at least the top 20. She shouldn't be at 21. I feel like that was a move to be like, I just can't put her at 20. I can't put her in the top 20. I put her at 21. Can't put her in the top 20. She should be ahead of Ronda, to be honest, and live. Just saying.
So Dana Brooke is on this list.
Yes, Dana Brooke is on this list. And this is after the so-called disrespect of Seth Rollins.
Dana Brooke is 88, and allegedly she's better than the likes of Miranda Alizé, Marty Bell, Shayna Baszler, Lainey Luck, Layla Gray, Doudrop, Blair Davenport, Kiara Hogan, who I mentioned earlier, winning the tag team championships, Anna Jay, freaking Rachel Rose, Lady Frost, who's killing it in CMLL right now, and all over, really, if you're really thinking about it. Sky Blue, freaking Red Velvet. Well, that makes sense. Red Velvet is trash. Let's just be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. Red Velvet is dumpster fire and should be fucking tossed away in the trash.
She's terrible, but she ain't. That's worse.
Son,
that's worse.
ain't no way though that Dana Brooke is better than Eva Lise, Janae Kai, Alexa Bliss, Dakota Kai, like Savannah Summers, freaking Chris Statlander, Io Sky, better than Io Sky? Are you fucking kidding me? No, bro.
This list loses all respect. Sense. No, this list has lost all respect for me. Now that I see Marina Shafir is higher than Io Sky.
Higher than Max the Impaler? Higher than me again?
Marina Shafir should not even be in the top 500 women wrestlers in the world.
Son, Shotzi Blackheart is at fucking motherfucking 137 on this list. Meanwhile, Dana Brooke is sitting at 88.
Hey, title speak. You know what? Yes, Dana Brooke is on this list at 88. I'm going to accept that one. I don't think it's not like the best number to be at, but you know what? She can say she's held that 24/7 title for that amount of time on the second biggest wrestling show in the world. She can have 88. It's not like she's the greatest wrestler, but she can have 88. But I am not accepting Io Sky behind Marina Shafir or all these other people. Like, Marina Shafir shouldn't be on this list, let alone ahead of Dakota Kai and Chris Statlander and even Ty Mello.
Tay Mello, Max the Impaler, Mia Yim, Shotzi, Freya the Slayer. Like, come on, son, stop it. La Hydra from fucking, oh my God, bro. No, absolutely not.
So, as we go, these lists are absolutely horrible every single time. And I think that everybody should petition. Write to your local Jersey to have a better list of this, because PWI, you're drunk. You're drunk with this list. I don't even.
They were drunk this year. They were definitely drunk this year.
They're clearly just throwing out names and being like, hey, yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker wrestles. That motherfucker wrestles.
Do we have 150 women? Oh, we have more than 150 women. Oh yeah. Like that's where we're at with that. So moving on. Big event weekend this weekend is Halloween weekend, which means apparently a shit ton of wrestling happens on
A lot,
Halloween weekend.
a
A
lot.
fuck ton, essentially. Uh, the
From
two big
everybody
events.
that's not feeling Uzi to freaking to freaking the Rumble on 44th Street, which is really at the pavilion over there by 42nd and stuff like that, Times Square. I was at work, I couldn't make it, so had to watch it from my job. Had my whole job watching that motherfucker. Fuck that. We're supposed to be at work. I don't care. We're watching this. All right.
So Rumble, do you not understand what's going on? There's a Rumble on 44th Street. If you're not watching what's going on there, because it's going to impact us all here in New York City. It's a rumbling on 44th Street. But Rumble on 44th Street and House of Glory Exodus both happened this weekend. We'll start with the Rumble on 44th Street, in which we're going to just highlight some of the key matches. First of all, ELP, El Fantasmo versus Takagi Shingo in a Who's Your Daddy match, in which the loser must call the other person his daddy. El Fantasmo lost to the Dragon Shingo.
So for a match that surprisingly sounds stupid, it was actually really great. It was a good match.
Yeah.
It was for the King of Pro Wrestling 2022. It's like a little necklace now because ELP destroyed it on New Japan. It's New Japan television. He destroyed the fucking trophy. But Shigo made use of it. It's like the little ring. It's like sits there, kind of like that, whatever not. But they beat the fuck out of each other. God damn it. And there was times that I thought like it was over, that it wasn't. Especially when Shigo landed like the last dragon the first time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's it. Then he hit him with he hit him with ELP's own move and he kicked out.
Yeah. It was back and forth. It was a more violent match than I thought it'd be. Like it was a lot of weapons. I honestly didn't know it was like going to get this far because I don't associate either one with like, let's just do a hardcore break shit, go through tables, fall on chairs, hit each other with shit kind of match. It's just these two don't fit that mode, but you look out differently now, and that they held nothing back, and it was that serious. You swore there was a blood history of hate and a title on the line. The way it was going back and forth, and it just seemed like it had a nice build of escalation in the match too. Like, oh, okay.
I mean, essentially, the King of Pro Wrestling is like the title that doesn't exist. So,
yeah. I mean, if you brought back the Intercontinental title, they could have just been fighting for the Intercontinental title. I'm just saying.
Nah, that's got to be reserved for Will Ospreay and Tetsuya Naito. Let the U.S. belt be the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah.
I don't know why we have a U.S. belt.
Hold on. We can't say we don't know why they have a U.S. belt when the WWE had the European title for about 100 years, for about 10 years. Never defended it in Europe. D'Lo Brown was his champion for years. Definitive European champion. So I can't criticize them for having a United States title. Although at least they're keeping it prestigious, as in giving it to someone. And then, the WWE also has their Intercontinental title, which mostly is defended on mainland on in the United States and rarely defended internationally.
Man, that Walter Sheamus match, though.
Tough. It's going to be a tough match of the year to beat. We got some hard candidates for match of the year, whether it's involving FTR or Sheamus and Walter and Cody and Seth and there's some bangers out there where you just go like, man, this is a tough year. Tough year
For Dax. He was slowly on his way to becoming the wrestler of the year until fucking Cody Rhodes did
I still got Dax higher. Cody had maybe one of the higher moments of the year. But Dax consistently all year, doing it everywhere, doing the damn thing, whether it's singles or tag. Dax still number one. Dax is still
People
my number one.
people are not gonna agree with me, but the best moment of the year was when CM Punk came to AEW.
Was that even this year? That was last year.
Was it?
Yeah. It was a year before the whole the end of CM Punk. We went from all out to all out.
Okay, yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yep.
I'm tripping.
That was a great
I'm
moment.
tripping. I haven't been on the
But
South.
when you come with this year's Cody's debut, Bray's return, it was more than WWE
Ray's
return.
return is going to be like just I was listening to his theme song, just his theme song alone, and I was just like, this
This is
there are no words.
yeah.
There are no
So I
words.
mean,
Like
it's like you got tons of moments this year though, like the flipping of the ring, like when Lesnar lifts that shit up and Roman just slides down, like just that insanity of that match. You go like, damn. Hell, even the like I would consider it like, and this maybe sound like I'm just picking all the WWE moments, but these are the moments that stood out to me. The Uzi segment last week when they're just everybody's dying laughing. It's one of the highlights of this year. Like it's been a good year.
freaking
But
the match between Bianca and Becky at SummerSlam. People are gonna underrate it, but it was one of the better matches of the year. We got Shinsuke and Muta coming up. We don't know how that match is going to turn out.
yeah,
What is like
2023.
50 fucking something years old, but you know, he can still go.
I'm sure they'll carry that match. But
Pro Wrestling Nowhere show too, so you know they're gonna bang.
Yeah. Did anything happen from the 44th Street else you want to talk about? The Shingo and ELP? There was something else. It was the main event, but it was
Yes.
solid. It was
there are new.
Oh, let's see machine guns. Yeah.
Yep, there are new champions. They beat motherfucking Aussie Open.
Can't seem to get. They don't win high profile matches. They're like the Buffalo Bills of wrestling. We don't win the high profile shows. We are winners at some random ass other show. But we will not win anytime there's a spotlight on them. They lost in a triple threat match. It was Aussie Open, Motor City Machine Gun, and fuck, I'm missing the 13.
The DKC and freaking
DKC.
Kevin Knight.
Yeah. And, good match. I was shocked the Machine Guns won. To be honest, I thought Aussie Open was going to retain.
Well, see, here's the thing, and they're gonna play up on this. Aussie Open really didn't lose. It was really DKC and Kevin Knight that lost. So they was never pinned. So they're gonna use that to have the dream match of Aussie Open versus Motor City Machine Guns sometime soon. I don't know when. Hopefully it's World Tag League.
I was gonna say Wrestle Kingdom, but World Tag League is coming up.
It's gonna be sooner than that. They have mad real estate to build for Wrestle Kingdom right now, and even Wrestle Kingdom right now has great card. Master Wato has came onto his own after all that shit that I was talking about him. He's
no, you can't jump on there. Nope. You got.
I'm not jumping on his bandwagon. I am not jumping on his bandwagon. I'm just giving credit. I'm just giving credit where credit is due. He's worked himself into a match with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, who he beat clean in the middle of the ring. He beat Taji Ishimori 1-2-3 clean in the middle of the ring. I can't say nothing about it. I'm a Bullet Club guy, damn it. He beat him 1-2-3. He deserves a shot. That's it. Do I say he's gonna win? Fuck no. Hell no. Desperado's in that match. Fucking Hiromu's in that match. And then obviously the champion is in that match too. Fuck Master Wato.
I'm glad you have never changed. It went full circle to I'll put him in that match, but fuck him. He ain't winning shit.
He ain't winning shit.
Fuck
Master Wato.
You're fishing his ass out of here.
But I do give him the credit where credit is due. That's all I'm gonna give him there. He better be lucky I even do that for him.
All right. The next show, House of Glory Exodus. After 3 years, I don't know how it gets to this point. 3 years, House of Glory has a world champion, a heavyweight champion. Jamal, how did we get to the point of it being 3 years long that we finally crowned Jacob Fatu as the champion?
So, House of Glory never really had a heavyweight champion. Like, there's always been some kind of champion. The Crown Jewel Championship was like the belt to have. You know, the one that Charles Mason, the root of all evil, has. That's the one that R.I.P. Matt Travis. Matt Travis has fought for. Ken Broadway. Plethora of different wrestlers across wrestling has fought for this belt. Amazing Red has done an amazing job, no pun intended, with House of Glory, making it the premier place in New York. I mean, like, you do have Battle Club Pro and everything like that, but right now it's the premier place in New York that people are coming out of. Private Party is on AEW television now. I mean, freaking who else from like mad people from House of Glory is like on AEW television right now, getting the recognition that they deserve. People are coming from Japan to wrestle at House of Glory. All these other promotions are coming to House of Glory to come wrestle. Like, I was there when the Young Bucks last House of Glory match against Private Party, Hangman did his little promo. I was there for that. I was there. Kenta's coming in December 17th.
Yeah.
Kenta is coming. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be there.
No advertising of what he's actually going to do, but he's there. Everybody, he just shows up. Hi, it's me, Kenta, and then he just walks out.
He's gonna promote his book that you can only buy on the Japanese Amazon.
Yeah!
But yeah, man, like, it was about time that they did have some type of a tournament for this belt. The tournament was kind of a little weird because, like, you didn't know who was going to be next, and then there was obviously like hiccups within the matchups and everything of that nature. Disqualifications here, big matchups there. Like, I was at the Jeff Cobb Jonah match, and then the Jonah fucking Fatu match that would have been great if there was like no DQ. I'm glad that they just didn't give it to Jacob Fatu. He had to fight for it. He had to earn it. And one of the homegrown stars in Carlos Ramirez, who put up a great fight against a guy the caliber of Jacob Fatu. Like, credit to him. But it was great to see now that we have a new H.O.G. heavyweight champion.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the match. I'm happy for Jacob Fatu, another member of the damn Anoa'i family. It's just acknowledged, another part of the Tribal Chiefs path. Again, if they ever brought in Jacob Fatu to work with them, or if the Usos showed at a House of Glory to protect him in a random ass match, shit would
Solo
be big.
Sequoia just comes in and just beats the hell out of somebody, and then,
like, oh, whoa. That would be some Forbidden Door shit. If he just starts carrying We the Ones and all that, or Sami Zayn randomly shows up and it's like, I got you, Oos. Whatever. But congrats for him winning that title. Also on the show, we had, I'm blanking out who Ultraviolet fought. This was her first title.
Janae Kai, who is on the Pro Wrestling 500 150 list. Janae Kai.
Yep.
She's been featured on AEW and NWA, New Japan Pro Wrestling. She's there. She's around.
Yep. Then we had ELP versus the man that comes from Old Money, Mr. Charles Mason, for
legal, baby.
For the title, for the Crown Jewel. What for the title? Or is this a match?
The Crown Jewel Championship was on the line, but obviously winning by DQ doesn't give you the chip.
Yep. Old fashioned rule. He decided to just hit the ref.
And DQ don't give you the damn chip. Besides, ELP got destroyed the night before.
He literally was like, oh, the night before, oh yeah, I'm going through like tables and shit and fun and getting hit with everything to, oh yeah, I have a match now for the Crown Jewel title. And then, had a basic, it was a good match. It just ended in DQ. It protected both parties. And then the other cross promotion, the main event, Shingo versus Loki. Loki came out ready to fight. Had his Bruce Lee attire on the start.
You know what Shingo did? This is what he did.
What did he do?
He unleashed the motherfucking dragon. He unleashed the dragon on that ass.
Yeah, at least no. He beat the shit out of him for about 20 minutes.
This is what we gonna do. He unleashed the dragon on
He
his
beat the
ass.
shit out of this man for 20 minutes. And as the announcer said, I've never seen resilience like this before. You didn't have to. You didn't have to. No one's been getting their ass beat like this. It was practically no offense for Loki. I mean, he landed stuff here and there, but
Loki looked a lot less like Loki and looked more like Caval. He was looking that Cavalish out there, boy.
Yeah, he was out there with I'm super cool, and Layla was gonna fan him off and get him to the back right away after that. Like, damn. They're like, oh, he's had one of the biggest matches of the year. I'm like, yeah, but he's getting his ass whooped, man. This isn't pretty. But Shingo looks extremely strong, and they build it up as a case. Like, this is one of the top wrestlers in the world, if not the best wrestler in the world. It's been one of my favorites for a long time as well.
Arguable, very arguable, you know.
But overall, really busy weekend of a lot of stuff being announced and shown, and just more to come. Hard times going up in 2 weeks. NWA title.
November 12th.
What else is in between now and next week?
November 5th, you got Battle for Autumn. That's going to be Will Ospreay and Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP United States Championship. FTR finally makes their long-awaited debut in Japan. Finally going to have a match. I believe it's against the Aussie Open. I believe so. That's going to happen. You got Hikuleu versus Yujiro Takahashi from House of Torture. Bullet Club. That's how you gotta say it.
Wow, Carl Anderson's in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is happening this weekend. Freaking, is Logan Paul going to fucking upset the world and be the one?
Well, here's the main question about that show, to be honest. I don't know if you heard that there's a threat that there's good information that Iran's planning an attack on Saudi Arabia that day. Apparently, of course, the sources.
God, why? I don't want to have to suit up, yo. Don't make me suit up.
This show is in question. Don't put the Marine back out there.
Don't make me suit the fuck up. I will suit the fuck up just to go out there and prevent that terrorist attack from happening while going like this on my phone watching the shit.
Yeah. No. I need to see it happen. What if Roman gets hit with them screws?
Wait till after the show, then you can do it. I'm not promoting terrorist attacks, but don't do it during this fucking show. Do it after.
Can we get through one Saudi Arabia WWE show without any controversy, please? I feel like there's always a controversy. Let's get through it.
I don't want to suit up for that, but I will.
Just to see Roman and Logan Paul.
Don't fuck this up for me. I want to see Roman annihilate this kid. I really do.
But he has screws in his hand. Screws. They're real.
The one lucky punch. He got the regal. He got brass knuckles in his hands. Surgically.
As Roman said, I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of they keep talking about me knocking him out. I don't know why they talking about him.
Roman me. This is my show. That's my camera. These are my fans. My island.
Love it. The best promos is him in the camera. You put Roman in his ranting and talking this shit. I hope it's Annihilation though. But Bobby and Lesnar going at it.
Bobby and Lesnar too.
Yep.
For no belt. Let's go.
No belt, just pride.
No belt. I have this glory, baby.
I have them fighting, having a solid match.
They should have a shoot
but
fight.
DQ. It's going to be a DQ. I wish.
They should have a shoot fight and then see who really wins.
I would love to see it.
You've been ducking me for fucking years.
Here we go. Live. Although I would build it to that. I would have this match end in DQ and then say, all right, at WrestleMania or whatever they want to do it, a shoot fight. Bobby Lashley versus Brock.
You can do 3, have Brock win this one, and then do 3 at WrestleMania. Because Bobby won the first one.
That's true.
Roman Reigns interference, obviously, shenanigans. You can have Brock win this one, with or without shenanigans, and then see who breaks the rubber match at Mania. Build it up. The Royal Rumble could build it up too, because the reason would be you cost me the Royal Rumble spot, so now I'm gonna fuck you up for like 3 months until it's time.
I got a Rumble double elimination on their spot when they both like fight over the rope or something. And like it's gonna be
a triple. It's gonna be a triple elimination because Braun Strowman is not finished with Roman Reigns.
Well, Braun Strowman ain't gonna get through Omos this weekend. I call it right now. Omos is about to whoop that ass. Get him. Big meaty man hitting me, slapping me. It's probably the biggest heavyweight match you're gonna see all year in all of wrestling.
The fact that Omos dwarfs fucking Braun is crazy. Braun is bigger, but Omos is taller and more agile. I dare say more agile.
Like, God damn. When you look at it, you go, God damn. Like, I know I didn't bring this up. It's literally looking at Fred Rogers stand over Jonathan Gresham. I watched that. I was like,
he won.
God damn.
Fred Rogers won. I was surprised.
I know he won.
For those that don't know who we're talking about, we're talking about Darren Young, making $1 million moves. First gay wrestler, openly gay. And
he's the current what title was that? The never middleweight title or strong, never strong.
He's the strong title. It's not the never title. It's the New Japan Strong Championship, and that's basically the title in New Japan Strong. He's the guy.
All right. I didn't put respect on that title there. I honestly just thought, he's like an Intercontinental champion. But Fred Rogers is the champ. Beat Jonathan Gresham in this match, but as I was saying, it looked like Omos standing over Braun Strowman. Like, God damn. And, Fred Rogers is not a small guy. It's just Jonathan Gresham is a small guy, and Fred Rogers is a huge guy. Like, it just looked, damn, that was a difference. Good match, though. Solid match.
Solid match.
Yep.
You could see the work that he's put in significantly. Like, if this version of Fred Rogers was in WWE, he has potential to be a WWE champion, maybe an NXT champion or something like that. But, build your name outside of WWE and then come.
Yeah. Do go the route of your Juice Robinsons and I guess Fred Rogers. I guess you add on to that. Who else? Who's someone else? Cody Rhodes left and came back, and Drew McIntyre came back and built the name and then came back, and you have no choice but to push these people down.
LA Knight, soon to be LA Knight.
Yeah, I feel like that mid card in the WWE is getting kind of loaded with like people like LA Knight and rumors of the Profits maybe breaking up or whatever, but either Dawkins or what you call him filling that spot. Sheamus.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Butch. You got the mid cards looking pretty nice.
Yeah, got to put some fucking respect on Angelo Dawkins' name. He's been busting his ass out there doing the damn thing. I know Montez Ford is the highlight of the night, but Dawkins is putting in that work.
Dawkins has improved a lot. Like, he's not only lost a lot of weight, his athletic ability is really showing out lately. He's a powerhouse. He's added new moves and repertoire. Like, he's gotten better. It's finally clicked. Like, after like 15 years of watching Dawkins and whether NXT, FCW, and all these years of teaming with random partners and all that, he's actually finally starting to actually click with him. Finally, in his veteran state. Like,
is that a tribulation to his training, or is that a tribulation to being teamed with someone great like a Montez Ford, or being like, is that the Marine Corps coming out of Montez talking about you got to be better, you will be better, honor, courage, commitment?
I think it comes out of what I think is the strongest weapon, petty and spite. As when people were talking about, y'all keep talking about Ford's career? Hold on, let me show you something. I thought that everything I know. He gonna be nothing without me. He's gonna be the Jannetty. But legit, I think they both have pretty good solo careers ahead of them. Wherever it happens, I don't know when it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Just
Who's the
we'll
face
see.
and who's the heel?
Of course, the heel. The flashiness of him. I can see him and Bianca both going heel and being tremendous at it.
Just becoming that, but that would just be like becoming the Black Ms. and Mrs. And you don't want to do that.
They will be the Black Mrs.
You
I
don't
have
wanna
them
do
being in
that.
the vein, not heels, but heels, but Beyonce and Jay-Z in the WWE. Just absolutely heels. Yes. 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 Dawkins could be their Kanye. It is happening. All I need in this life is it.
It was all good about a week ago. Nah.
But yeah, that's where I see that going with them. But that's pretty much it for the show. Tune in next week where we find out about where we talk about the tragedy of Saudi Arabia.
See,
God damn it.
which of the faces is gonna boot up and suit up to go look in Saudi Arabia? Will I be live from Saudi reporting on Saturday?
Live on location, Jamal. Yeah, I heard they have the tribal chief. They have the tribal chief in there alone, and then you'll just have an interview with Paul Heyman. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They need to release these wrestlers. Release them. Fuck.
I don't know.
Can't have shit. Anyway, but a lot of stuff coming up the pipeline with tons of other shows. We'll see what happens next week because it's always something new in the world of professional wrestling. I don't know why I feel like we should go into like a space view and then it just goes off to like an 80s.
Like NWA.
Yeah. All right.
Eric, we got business to do before Veterans Day. I would want to do it well before the Marine Corps birthday too, which is the day before Veterans Day. So let's get it popping, Eric.
I don't know why you're talking to Eric on this show. Eric doesn't watch anything on this channel.
Well, you're his brother.
We're gonna have to go to the Food Network.
Don't you telepathically talk to each other?
Yeah, no, we talking grunts like the Briscoes. Just
you sound like when you're getting put in a headlock in WWF Warzone and he's like
Well, I prefer the sound of it. I prefer the Super NES version of Royal Rumble, where they just hit each other. That's what it sounds like.
I might play that today. I'm gonna play that today.
I loved it. They had the narcissist Lex Luger in that game, but when that game was released, he was already American. He was on the Lex Express, and I was like, "Oh, we get the throwback."
What a roster! What a roster that was.
Yoko,
Macho
Lex
Man,
Luger,
Bret Hart, Undertaker, Yoko.
Mish. Hey, young Shawn Michaels, when his finisher was the back body drop.
Shit. Fucking Razor was in there. Diesel was in there. Fucking Ted DiBiase. Hogan. Fuck. Mad people was in that game.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah, that concludes the show. Nothing. Find Jamal and more of his insight on the biz and more in-depth look in the world of professional wrestling on the Mid-Card Mess podcast, on the Three Faces of Jamal SoundCloud, all the information right here, right there, and even in the comments, or not the comments, in the description as well. You can find me. I'll be here every day on this channel doing stuff, half asleep, maybe dead. But more important, next time you'll see me, Thursday, for the Untitled Mania Market Show, where we cover the events of AEW Dynamite.
I feel sorry for poor Manny. I really do. That man stays up late to watch that.
Manny don't sleep. Oh. Yeah, tune in for that. Remember, we come out an hour later now because Manny's had daylight savings. It's full. You fool, Manny. Do something about it. Do something.
Come here real quick. Come here real quick.
And that concludes this episode of Everything
No.
Else.
No.
No.
I have an announcement to make.
Oh.
Yes, I have an announcement to make.
Oh.
Me and Genesis has a button in the oven.
What? Congratulations! Hold on. I don't have anything. What? Congratulations!
Did you see him push me? You don't say anything. He was about to push my life away. Oh shit, we're still live.
Yeah, we're still live.
Congratulations. And stop pushing. I guess.
Thank you. I was about to die right now.
No, you was not. Stop being dramatic.
What if I miss?
If you were wearing those,
I was about to die yesterday night.
If you were wearing those Guess shoes, not my Nikes, then you would have. But nah, you got the Nikes on. You're good. It's okay, baby.
You can still die in Nikes. I'm just saying Nikes is not. Oh man, congrats. That's all, Did it.
Be number 3 for me. 3 faces with 3 kids.
Did it.
2 more. Oh, the 3 for us. Okay, I got you. Nah, it's valid. It's valid. As life goes on. All right, with that news, see you guys later. Bye. Have a good day. Bang, 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 bang. Don't shoot your guns too hard. Oh, God. No. You shot too hard. We're doomed. It's over. Jamal, Saudi Arabia live. Live looking. The show must happen. I'm practicing for Saudi Arabia.